What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode with your boy Franklin. Right, on this one we'll be looking at about a topic. Basically, it's a trending news at the moment. It's an unfortunate news. It's about a woman who's lived in the UK for 35 years of her life. Went to Nigeria, built a hotel. I think she's built a hotel and then hoping to have that as a well-grounded business that she can make money from. As I understand the woman was 56-year-old. Unfortunately, she had to sack dishonest ex-employees, and then they stole money from the business and they got fired. So, and then unfortunately this woman got strangled in her own hotel room in Nigeria, after living in the UK for about 35 years, and then she died. The hotel manager was also killed. It's such a tragic, situation. It's devastating. First of all, my heart goes out to, the woman herself. May her soul rest in peace, and her family, if any one of them get to see my video. So it prompted the question: is it wise for diasporans to, go invest in back in Africa, back home where we've come from, because of the devastating news? And don't get me wrong, the devastating news because of I think people talk about the issue of poverty, which we're fully aware of, and a lot of these things, from my point of view, is deeply rooted in bad governance, bad leadership, deeply rooted corruption, which these things have spanned across many years, and a lot of people they're devastated, lives are destroyed, and unfortunately, these things basically spread across Africa, not just like Nigeria or Ghana. It's a very common practice. A small percentage of people are doing well and stuff. The basic amenities are not available for most people and stuff like that. So I think that's really heightened criminality in people's thought process. And to address the point about should we diasporans for that reason refrain, because to be honest, people work. I can imagine someone has lived abroad for 35 years in the UK. She has worked, she has labored. She was 56-year-old before she got killed. She's made, she's paid her dues in this society, and then to go home and actually build about a 4-star or 5-star whatever hotel to something to retire to, and then be able to perhaps pass on to the generation behind. And then you have unscrupulous ex-employees connived and decided to obliterate this woman's life, inclusive of the life of the guy who's the hotel manager. So devastated. I was reading comments online. A lot of diasporans are devastated, and people are condemning the fact that don't go home, don't bother, and even your own family. If you watch my previous video, I'll put a link above where I said, stop giving money to your families and stuff. There are prevalent problems where people have this horrible notion that people that live abroad, there are a number of people who are reasonable back home. They know that people here who live overseas have to graft, have to work hard. A lot of people haven't got papers. There's so much that you have to deal with. There is a high amount of monthly outgoings, bills and stuff to cater to. But for the most part, most families don't give a they don't care. All they want is just to peck your flesh and collect and collect and collect. And you have people who worked, you can't trust anyone. You send money back home. Can you help me buy a piece of land? They rob you blind. Can you help me build a house? They rob you blind. You buy cars, you break cars into parts, you buy clothing, shoes, whatever, you ship it back home to sell, to make money. They rob you blind. They steal from you, they cut you short, they steal both the capital, your profit, the excuses. They take advantage of many, if not thousands and thousands of diasporans. Well, I'm pro-Africa. I am an African. I'm pro-Africa. I don't think that should be a reason to stop investing in Africa, in my own opinion. The only advice I've got is, because of all these problems and people being attacked, and they look at you that it's like you've got an ATM machine hidden somewhere. You pick money on the streets and stuff. If you want to commence or work on projects back home, please. My own advice, this is just advice, you don't have to take it. Don't commit projects into people's hands. All right? Don't. Make sure you are there to go through the start and finish of that project. You want to build a house? Don't commit building of a house into people's hands. A very small percentage of diasporans they're basically lucky. You might have 1 or 2 family members or friends who are really, really nice people that wouldn't steal from you. That number is very small compared with people that would rob you blind. Pastors, reverend, imam, I don't give a toss about those titles. Humans, we're first of all humans before any titles of, oh, this person is a pastor, so because he's a pastor he wouldn't steal from me. It's a lie. Church is filled with criminality. Mosque is filled with criminality. Okay, so my own opinion is, don't manage your project yourself. Don't give money to people. Don't commit, because listen, man, I've said it in previous videos, man. We work abroad. You people work hard, man. People graft. People put up with so much shit on this side of the world just to make that coins, just to earn that money, and then to work and work and work and slave away in the rain and the snow, you know, in the name every season, man. And then to have some people just sit back and think they're clever than you and steal that money off you, guide your resources. I would advise that we keep on. You know, don't turn your back on Africa, man. It's our fundamental problem is bad governance. Point blank simple. Because if you have a good governance, people will be held accountable for crimes. It will be a deterrent. If somebody does something, the justice system is much more reliable. People know that if I do this, there's a consequence. You know, a police officer does that, they are held accountable for their actions. It would reduce crime. Crime will not go away totally. As long as humans exist, there will always be criminality. So let's not turn our back on Africa. Let's not do that. Just make sure you don't put your funds, your hard-earned money, your resources in the hands of unscrupulous people. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? And again, may the soul of the deceased rest in peace. And then everyone else, diasporan, when you go home, when you travel Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, just watch your back. Don't show off. Don't tell people your business. Don't let them know what you have. Don't do that Instagram lifestyle. Don't blow things out of proportion, because when you show people that you have this much, they start getting ideas. Okay? Stay safe. Keep grafting. I wish everyone watching this good luck in our respective lives. But don't turn your back on Africa. Okay? It's your boy Franklin. If you haven't, if this is your first time, hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Show your love, man. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace!